So, without further ado, we are now ready, as you're all waiting, to get into the actual product. Now, before I get into the actual product, which is of course, the exciting part, I just want to tell you a little bit about Patrizia. Now, the current season, which we're in, of 24, I just want to tell you about some of our best sellers. As you can see right there on the screen, number 1 is Harlequin, number 2 is Nectarine, number 3 is good old Dade, 4 is Dade Smooth. You'll see great updates there with materials and new uppers. Number 5 is the Janina, 6 is our Shantae, 7 is Essimidade, 8 is Lolly, again, new updates there. 9 is Nisa Stretch, and 10 is Angelita. So we have a nice little capsule of different kind of categories right there in our top selling styles, and we are very excited to share with you 25. Now, let me just give you a little insight about Patrizia and what she really represents, and she represents fashion. She represents fashion at a tremendous value. I use the word tremendous because it is tremendous. Now, just because we say fashion, you know how we are. We're all about comfort. So we're going to also make sure that we're giving her great comfort together with great looks. So let's get started. We're going to follow along in the catalog, and the catalog of course looks just terrific, so please follow along. And also in the catalog you'll notice that we put little keys and symbols next to features and key styles. So let's get started. Now, our first style here is Khalil. Now, we're going to start with our flat category, and as you can tell, we want to make sure that she's always looking fresh and spectacular, and this is a great little fashion flat. You're going to see that we're going to have padding. You can see that padding, I'm sure, right through this screen, so we always want to say that it's toe to heel padding. We're going to give her something really special, and the specialty comes in to the materials and also here with the little bit of the circular jewels. So the jewelry for the feet, as I always say, it just always looks so great and polished. Just want to give a shout out to the colors really quickly. Love the black. It almost has this little exotic look and feel, a little dressy. Love that. The beige, I can tell you we're getting great bookings here on the beige. You can see, of course, that little bit of that white welt right around that really adds that summer feeling. And then of course this little white multi, or this rainbow, really nice, and you can see her on Liz's foot. And that's the first style. Now, our second style, staying in this flat category. Why do I love these flats so much? Well, I love them because of course, the great looks, but the comfort. When I see the padding just like this in a flat, it is just another experience. This total welt here, we're going to put a little bit of the stones. We want to jazz her up. And this upper, I just have to tell you, is so gorgeously done. It is actually embroidered. The embroidery, the threads actually have a little sateen finish, so it gives it a little bit of that shine. And then ever so sweetly, there's little stones throughout. Love to see this denim. Denims, you'll hear me say throughout the whole presentation how well we do them. And of course, the black and the gold. So she's really something special. And of course, the outsole. Look at how great and sporty she looks. It's a really nice beige color. Our next style is we're going to get into some fashion, and the fashion trend here is we're going to be getting into some denims. Denims are always right on trend, really fashionable, but the cuteness here is these, I'm going to call it the little frayed edges. So think of your jeans when you used to kind of have those frayed edges. Well, we've incorporated it here right into this flat. Going to give her something bold. The boldness is this bit, so you can see that it really just has a really nice dimension on the upper, and as you can see, I mean, the padding, I don't even have to, look at this, hardly depressing it, and you can just see all that great padding. And then it's also the way we do the footbed. So we're going to, give her some matching to the upper and give her some nice padding there as well. Now, the next style, okay, is another play on that whole denim series, okay? So when you see, here's my little frayed pieces. Now, we're gonna do denim. This is a true denim. It's the, the jeans. Now when we're getting into the tan, we're gonna give her a little woven look. So it almost has that raffia look. She's very soft, and I just wanna remind you, she's lined underneath. So that's how it gives that little bit of that body to her. And then of course, an ever so sweet lavender. So really nicely done. I just want to talk about the outsole because she is a wedge right there. But what we're doing is we're giving her a true little rope wrapping right there in the center, kind of just really gives a nice bit of the silhouette and the lines. And then the back is almost like a traditional escadrille back, really smartly done. So she's really cute and we're very excited. Our next style here is Swirla. This is a style that was new this current season. She continues to be strong. The whole thing about her is the greatness of that footbed. Of course, you'll see the gorgeous beading. I mean, to bring in the colors of these little, I call them like the little wooden beads surrounded by the seed beads, just beautiful. It's a really nice medallion. It is cork anatomic, so that gives you a lot of great comfort. You'll notice even here, you have that heel cup for your stability. And then cool enough, we're gonna give that bottom just a little bit of that lug look, and it's black, that outsole, so it looks really kind of cool, that bottom. And then we're gonna give her a rope design, and we're gonna of course put a little bit of gold in there, and it all just ties in so beautifully to the upper. So what a really nice way. And I always say, dress her up, dress her down. You know what? Maybe you want to be right outside by the pool. There you go. That's another option for her. The pearline is just what she says. She has little pearls on her. So we're taking that same exact comfortable footbed, and we're gonna give her a really nice upper, and here we're gonna really dress her up. We're gonna dress her up by putting little pearls together with the nice stones, and then it also comes down to these great buckles. So we're gonna give her a lot of great embellishments there. And what we've also learned throughout fashion and everything is that we want something that is just so special that she doesn't already have in her closet. So we wanna give her what? A reason to buy. Our next style is Shayla. Staying within our flat category, this is a construction that we've had. She works extremely well. I wear her a lot, actually. I can tell you the flexibility is outstanding, all that great padding. And what really stands out for me is when I see her, I like that this footbed, number one, has these little massage bumps, but not only that, it has a little bit of like a bronzed effect to her, and that dresses her up. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to take some natural elements, which is the braiding, and we're going to bring her with some of the little bit of the gold together with a little bit of the stones, and it just gives her just a really beautiful, I'm going to say elegant and clean look. So we're really excited. And of course, I always shout out navies. Remember, navies are really fantastic. Next style is Charmer. Now we're really getting into the jewels. Now we're really getting into the charms. I think of the charm bracelets, you know, when you have these really pretty charms. So as you can see, this is a style that I can tell you the results are extremely well as far as the selling. And what you'll see here, you can see it on Liz's foot. It just has a beautiful dimension the way it comes up on the foot. Something else that's a signature of ours that we absolutely love is these back straps. So if you notice, it's elastic, it's cinched, and it's covered in the material, and it gives her that great fit. And of course, it's a little bit of a wedge, getting her up, giving her the comfort. There's the padding, and then of course, gotta just, you know, razzle dazzle her out with all that stones right there on the welt, and that's our style. The next style, now you're gonna see we're getting into a little bit of a different footbed, right? So now you can see she's anatomic. We're really particular to make sure that we're supporting that arch, especially when we get into a flat style. You're gonna see that, I'm gonna just point out, this particular style has the gum outsole, that color, and then the black, we wanted to give her the black color outsole. This way we give her a nice little dressiness to the black upper. Now, if you look at the upper, look at how dainty and beautiful she is. So what she is she stones right here. The upper is actually like a rolled tube, and the back, I just want you to know, has a little bit of that microfiber, so she's very soft right there against the top of the foot, and she just looks really pretty. And again, you can dress her up and dress her down. Very versatile. Shakoba. So here is another great new style that we're really excited about. We're bringing in now some floral elements. And how we bring in the floral elements is that we're just going to give her ever so sweet little pearls right there in the center. The flowers have a, like a lace look to her. And then of course right here on the upper, it has a really pretty, almost like that macrame look, but yet they have that little bit of the shine. So it's dressing her up. The outsole, I'm just going to show you here so you can see the comfort. Number one, she's a little, you can notice that wider base. That's super important, especially when you're getting into a flat like this. You can see we're elevating her a little bit, and then it's, it's really all that great padding that goes into her, and her name is Shakoba. Our next style here is Omana. We're going to give her a little nod to make sure that we give her elastics. So here's the cuteness right here. This middle strap and the top strap right here are elastic. Now we're blending in that elastic together with the upper so it just really looks nice and dressy. You can see it has little metallics throughout, and then it's the flowers. It's the 3 flowers that will cascade right down the top of her foot. And the flowers, what we've done here is they're so dainty and delicate that they're actually a laser cut. So it's giving it a really light and delicate feminine look. There's that outsole I bragged to you about, and we're going to give her a little dressiness with the gold rand. I do want to go to an image because I have some colors that I do want to share with you. And here they are. It is our gold and it is our navy. So very well done. The next group that we're going to get into, now we're really getting into this beaded group. As you can see, they are just so beautifully done. We're taking some colored beads. Now here's our twist. We're going to take the colored beads, and we've given these colored beads a little bit of a shine, so they really pick up right against the stones that are right next to it. We're going to give 2 little medallions here. So the really cool part about her, what I love about Pina, is that we're taking something that is really natural, and then we're really emphasizing it and marrying it with something that is colorful and shiny. So you can see the nice color. So all the colors of the beads, you can see right there, and it's really the color of the upper. So you're going to see this white, you see the black, of course the one right there on the model's foot. And then the other thing I just want to draw your attention to is look at also the edges, how it has that really great burnishing look and that feature, and it all ties in so beautifully to the style. And her name is Pina. So now we're going to take her and we want to give her a toe post with a back strap. So we're going to give her that back strap as I talked to you about before. So it's elasticized here. And then when we do the toe, I just want you to see right here, she has a little bit of that loop. And then there's those 2 really pretty center pieces that I call them, the little bit of the flowers. And I just want to shout out, look at that blue, really nicely done. And then you can see this is a yellow, really picks up the other different colors, and then we have an olive, and you see that one on Liz's foot, which is the yellow. And you can see just with those different colors how it really picks up, I think, the multicolors of the beads. The next style here is along the same line. So now you had, what did we give you? We give you the first style, then that second style with the toe post. Now we're going to give you something with no toe post right here. You can see it's almost like that, you have that one strap here, and then we're going to give that, those are the 2 little medallions, and then just something really pretty in the middle. It looks very sweet on Frances's foot. You'll see this coral color, and then of course you'll see a more of a basic color. I do have an image of another color here, which is the black, and you can see what the black looks like. I just think it's such a versatile style because of all the colors. No matter what you wear in your wardrobe, it just really kind of picks it up. And I look at my coral blouse and I'm thinking, wow, that was a really, look at how nice it looks with the blouse. White is huge. We've talked about it in every single brand of ours, and it's no exception in Patrizia. You can see the white does so well, it really pops. Now this style twirling is a repeat style. So these beads, they're just a little bit more of that natural, muted color, more of that flat color. And then the black is the other thing I want to draw your attention to. We did all over black. So giving her that elegant look, giving her a little bit more dressy look. And that's our style twirling. Now we're going to get into something new. And you can see here that it's, number one, it's all about the comfort, but number two, it's really about right here about this hardware. So giving something modern, it's gold. So every single color has the gold little hardware. And I hope you can see it's not exactly a square, but it's this really neat geometric shape. And I'm just going to highlight one here for you so you can see right here. Now the coolness is, you're going to get structure right here in the footbed. You're going to get really nice flexibility, but yet stability because of this nice wedge here. Going to give a little bit on that bottom. It's beige, so we can have something that's light, but not just exactly white. And just look at how rich all the colors. I'm going to just kind of also call out and shout out this sage. She's a really beautiful neutral. And then of course you can see the blue, and look at how rich that brown looks. Wow, it just really looks rich together with the gold. So very nice. We're really excited about her. The next style that we have, it's that same exact construction. So now we're going to give her a two band. They're multi. So what you see is you're going to see silver right up here. And then of course we're going to take this band up top, purposely making it a wider band, making it not just for comfort, but really for looks, because it's really all about, look at this metal piece right here, giving her that wider band, really accenting it here. And you guessed it, there is that matching color. We always make sure it matches as close as we can to the upper, that hook and loop closure. And look at how great she will look. And really nice colors. So now we're entering, you can see things that are a little bit more sporty. And this next style, you know, she says it, she is sporty. The coolness here is, number one, you can see the styling. I like the outsole very much, but it also has to do with the treatment of the materials of the upper. So if you take notice, you're gonna see it's got these really rich colors, very deep, very beautiful, and it has a burnishing effect to it. So even when you see the green, you see it on Frances's foot, I just think it's just so smart. And then of course to accent it, we told you in the other brands, the trend is really these brass pieces of hardware. So it has that brass finish and it just looks great. Now the outsole, so the, you know, of course that footbed, there you go, it's a footbed, it's comfortable. Now the outsole has really cool kind of traction to it. I'm going to show you the bottom just so you can see really what you're getting, and always, always making sure that you stay nice and feminine. Now that next style is on that same exact outsole. And you can see, I think really in this cognac color, look at how rich and gorgeous she is. You're going to see that there is your, you have two buckles. This buckle here is actually functioning. So you're going to see an elastic behind it, and it's just a really nice, easy, everyday sandal. Look at how great that looks on the foot. Just nice and easy. And for me, it's all that burnishing and all that great materials. Next, we're coming into a tried and true staple, is essential, is what I'm going to say. This is our style Gatalina. So Gatalina, as you know, she really, she's been with us some time. She really performs beautifully, like so much how she has almost like that scarf interwoven, interlaced throughout the upper, together with the gold accents and of course our little stones, because we like our little shimmer, as you will, and you can see the really nice variety of colors. She remains, she's not going anywhere, and that's our style Gatalina. Now on that outsole, I hope you can guess what the next style is. Well, of course you can, because you're looking in the book, but it is our Nectarine. Our Nectarine is ranked number 2. So I'm just going to point out to you, because we have multis, which look, of course, just really super cute, and then we have our solids. But what are we going to do to update our number 2 style? Well, here she comes, and it's our metallics. So let's give her some really pretty metallics. I like the silver very much, and then we have this really pretty soft gold. So just imagine, you know, the power of Nectarine, and now even more powerful with these 2 new colors that are in the metallic. So really done very nicely. We've seen this style, you know, whether it's been for, you know, weddings, all occasions, or anything. So she just keeps on going, and that's our style nectarine. So we take that same, I always say it kind of reminds me, this is funny, of like cupcakes, like frosting on the cupcakes, right? So that's what those little flowers remind me of. They just make you kind of smile. So with our Harlequin, which is ranked #1, I'm just going to show you here, you have your multis. We have what? Our basic solids, whoops, and then of course we have our pewter, and I'm going to show you 2 new colors. Just let me get myself situated here. Boy, do we need a wide screen for this. So here we go. Here's our pastel multis. Really pretty. I give a shout out to this peach. It's gorgeous. You talk about weddings and you know, all kinds of occasions. There you go. And now I'm going to showcase for you the 2 new colors. So the greatness is it's this really pretty, it's a metallic multi. I like the multi so much because it just has that really pretty like graduation, you know, gradual right up the front of the foot. And then of course we're going to get into, I told you, navies. We're going to do a really pretty navy multi as well. Navy, I can tell you, with, you know, with gowns and evening wear, navy has become really something special. So this is something, as I can see, for everyone, and she just keeps on continuing. So we're taking that outsole. She's a great wedge. She's the perfect height, and we're going to give her something dressy. This is another repeat style for us, and we have the repeats because they do so well, and they just keep on reordering. Same exact construction as Harlequin. Let's wrap that wedge with the nice shiny material, and it's just bringing in all these just, you know, pretty gemstones. She just looks so pretty on top of the foot. And again, just giving, to have a really pretty, like I call it, a dressy style with the little bit of the elastic in the back, I think it's really great. And look at, you can see Liz wearing that style, and again, dress her up and dress her down. You can't go wrong. And yes, I can see in the chats, these are money makers. We talked about high perceived value, talked about giving you margin, and here you go. This is the brand. Sloan. This is another style that, now we're getting into the wedges. The great part about it, I always like to say that they're, you know, they bring these, you know, beautiful novelties here with these gorgeous wraps. Now these wraps, when I talk about the wrap of the wedge, it's just not one solid piece. These are individual different types of jute that just work together, and they're so beautifully done. It's that gold, it's the metallic, that is the new color. So you can see right here, just really nice and basic, but then it's all about that wedge, all about the wrapping, and that is Sloan. Something new, you know, when we always look at our jute wrappings, something really important. You can see the jute wrapping here. I'm going to take notice right here. I'm going to draw your attention to look at this upper. So here's the trend, really, where we got excited about. It's all this patchwork. So it's the patchwork. You can see right here, this is a really denim. So remember, we talked about denim, and here it is. So we're going to give her a little great flare with a little bit of that square toe. You can see we have padding, and I just really love all, I have to tell you, I really love all the great color combinations. So, and that's our Evelette. So let's continue with jute wrappings. And this is another one where we're taking a jute wrap and we're going to put her together with tubular upper. Now the tubular upper is so beautifully done because it's multis. So we want to give her the attention right there on top of the foot, and because it's tubular, you're going to see that you have your little bit of your elastic right here. It's just a small piece in the back. It's just enough because you want to make sure that that tubular part is just coming right up on top of the foot. And then when we have the tubular part, you're going to see how once the model comes on, how it really, I'm all about, you know, elongating the leg and just making it look so pretty. High and bright, there she is. So she's a great bright colored style. You have something here that's a little bit more muted, like pastels, and then right here you have your typical brown. Okay, now I'm going to move to the next style, And the next style here, we're getting into, our wedges, but what we have here is a poly bottom. So it's a poly bottom and it has a finishing here, a faux finish to really look like a woven, which is really cool. Take notice of her curves. I always say, our ladies, we are curvy, and so should our shoes, right? We want to give her a really pretty curve, and what that does, it's going to give her a great feeling and nice and feminine. So I'm going to hand this over to model because I have just one, but I'm just going to describe the upper for you as we're trying that on. So as you can see, the upper, it is a textile material, and it's right on there where we have our stones. And the stones to me almost look like a star shower, right? So it's all kind of coming down, looks really pretty. It has that really nice, just that cross band look, and then you can see just ever so slightly right around the top, you're going to see a little bit of the metallic. I want to show you an image of another color. This is the black multi, and as you can see, it has the black together with the more like the silver looking stones. Okay, now the next style, we're going to go right to an image. Okay, now this is our Vanjie. So this next style is on that same exact construction. So because it's the polyurethane, you could be assured that it's very nice and lightweight. So it's very comfortable, easy to wear. And I hope you can see through the images. Look at all that great padding. And we want to make sure that we're accenting that padding right in the right places so it gives you the ultimate in comfort. So you can see really pretty materials there with the straps. And that's our style Vanjie. We're getting into, as you can see, we're making our segue into some more of the more sporty bottoms. We're very excited about this bottom because number one, it gives her a sport look, a really nice, great feeling, and it's all about this, I'm going to call it this footbed here, because right from, I'm going to say it always, from the toe right to the back heel, the padding feels so beautifully done. You can see right here, the black is a little hard to see, so I'll really point out to Frances's foot, but we're just giving her little accents of hardware right here, and then it's really about a mix of the material, so you have some smooth together with a little bit of the texture and the shine right there on the sides, and that's our Valinda. Staying within this whole group, again, really nice and lightweight. Like so much how this is constructed here. Not only does it give the comfort, but it really gives it a clean, nice look. You can see here's that little bit of that textile, so she has that nice texture together with the stones. The stones are different sizes, so it gives it a really nice appeal. And then, of course, we're going to give her that nice footbed with the matching color. I do want to pass that one over to model because I just have that one style and one sample, and I want you to see it. So really the whole idea here is just to give her a wedge, but we want to keep her active and moving and looking really great and cool. So we want to, get her out of those athletics and let's put her into something active. Here comes Frances. And you can see how nice it looks right there on the foot. Very easy, making sure that that back strap and everything is a little bit of that, I'm going to say a little bit of a wider strap so it indeed holds your foot, because it's all about an active style. You want to be active and moving around. I have one more style on that whole, the one more color I wanted to show you, which is a taupe. This is a really nice neutral, so it has a little bit, it's a little darker than the other color that you saw, but really she looks so nice. And I just like the accents right there in the outsole of just, I'll call it the lines. It just has a beautiful dimension. One more style on that outsole to complete our collection, and we're going to give her a little bit of the back strap. Want to make her feel secure in all that she does. So you can guess it, there's hook and loop right under here, and this is that taupe color. So just like the other style, this is the taupe, and here again comes all those really nice rhinestones. And as I look at them, they really just have a beautiful, like a shimmer effect that really pick up the light, and you can see the multi because it's like two colors, right? So the model's going to put it on so you can see, and as I mentioned before, we're very excited with the comfort of that whole footbed and all of the padding. And here comes Frances. And here she comes. And there you go. So just really nice. You can see even as she moves, kind of getting that little squishiness, and there you go. Okay, so now we have an image of the blush because we have a taupe and we have a blush. The blush is just really pretty. It's a neutral, and that particular color blush really blends in beautifully with so many different skin tones. See, we take everything into consideration here. Okay, moving along, our next style is Barbary. She is something really cool. So yes, she's chunky, but she's light. You can see that she has some, cool, like just call it like lines within this outsole. So something that's really cool, but yet she's not overly bulky on the sides. And the coolness is, number one, it's the materials. You can see she has a little ever so slightly shimmer to her, but check out, look at this hardware. So rather than a typical bit or rather than a typical buckle, let's do something fun and different. And this is our way of showing that. So you can see that it's really just this really cool plate, and you can see the beautiful colors. It looks really nice. So we talk about things that have hardware and shimmer and shine, and this is the next style. This was new the current season. We will continue her for 25. There is all that greatness I always talk to you about in the footbeds. And the coolness here is the outsole, not only for looks, but for comfort. So you'll see this bottom part of the wedge. Again, she is a beige. She's not a pure white. And it's cork. This cork here, this cork wrapping is a true cork, so it really gives it a really elevated look. And then we're bringing in the gold right here, but nope, that's just not enough for us. We want to bring more detail, and the detail is we're actually going to put gold right there around, I call it the little eyelets where that buckle goes. You can see the little bit of the shimmer and the material, and she just is outstanding. Really nicely done. So now you know when I talk about high perceived values, this is it. Look at her. What an expensive look. Same exact outsole. Let's give her a nice back strap. We're going to keep her sophisticated. We're going to keep her clean looking, meaning we're just going to accent her right here with our, our little Patrizia insignia here. You can see it is double strap right here with that other Velcro. So really, in reality, you want to know something, she will be a customized fit just for you because of all that great adjustability. I do want to purposely open this. If you notice, I was like, we use very good, high quality hook and loop because we want to make sure that it stays in place. I do want to open it because I want you to see how nice that footbed looks. And again, it's just the little touches, giving her that little burnishing right around that edge. This is something very directional, very fun, and her name is Cara. You can see she is, I'm going to just kind of showcase this color right here. So she has a really cool platform to her, but not only the platform, yes, she's covered all around, giving her a really cool effect, but you're going to see right here, and I kind of call her, she has a little bit of these ridges, and what that does, it just elevates the style even more. Have to keep that upper nice and plain, right? Because it's all about that outsole, but you'll see right there in the footbed, really nicely done. So I have two colors here. The black has a little shimmer. I want you to see that navy metallic because the metallic just looks so beautifully done. And if you look at that hardware, this is what I was saying to you before, even on that front strap, you can see the little bit of that, the eyelets there. So really nicely done. Very fun, very fashion forward. Speaking of comfort, this next style, as we get into this next group, and for those of you who know me, I always say I do have the privilege of being sample size to try things on. The minute that I put this on my foot, it was an absolute wow experience with no exaggeration. What wowed me about it was, number one, just the whole comfort of it. I can feel very nicely right here, nice arch support. It really cradles my foot. I also like it very much because now I have this really nice wider base. It's casual, but the really nice piece of resistance for me was adding this little bit of the gold rand. I think it just adds a really beautiful, nice dimension. The footbed material even is a little pearlized material, bringing it all in, and of course that wrapping. So she is an outstanding style for me. The next style is on that same exact construction. So now that I introduced you to the construction, you can see here's the next style where we have the salil. So you have an upper strap right here, and then when we did this top strap here, we wanted to make sure that we were giving enough of the hook and loop to accommodate and just something really nicely done. And I want you to see the bottom because it's just a really nice rubber sheet at the bottom, and of course she has a really beautiful dimension, and that's our Sahil, so I encourage you to get on her. Now as we talk about something that is a very, I say a very high-end look, this is our Rosetta getting into our Rutha construction. The nice feature here is, of course, you can see, you know, all that great comfort built right into that footbed, but also it's the wrapping, it's the pebbled material. It really just, you know, just tells me luxury, and that's what it says to me. So you can see that it's wrapped all the way around. It is a toe post, but here, look at this, opens all the way. So to have adjustability on a toe post, I think that is absolutely great. Basic colors, and then of course you have your pebbled little metallics. Now that's going to lead me up to, here we go, Rutha. So for those of you who have experienced Rutha, she is just absolutely so comfortable. I told you she has that high-end expensive look, and you can guess, I hope, here's our hook and loop right here. So take a look. You know, you can see all that great comfort. Going to get some nice arch support there, and then just easy enough, giving just that D-ring for, of course, just that decoration. Here's the colors, really beautiful, spot on, and I always give a shout out also to the beiges and the navy and white. You know, we always hear white has been so strong, and here is no exception. So that's our Rutha. Continuing along, now we're going to get into some of our lightweight faux wood outsole. It's our Shantae outsole. Here is Aurora Tay. She is new, so we're going to give her a nice slide. I hope you will know this bottom. She's that little bit of that demi wedge. She has a really nice, natural, great feeling to her. And look, I mean, look at the padding. You know, there's not much for me to say because I think it really says it all. We're going to just incorporate a little bit of the perforations together with that etching, and then you got it. You're going to have your little bit of your closure here, your hook and loop, and this is a really nice new style. Nice and easy, nice and light. It's that polyurethane. And here is the Shantae. She is ranked number 6, and you can just see the breadth of colors as I have to get all of them into the screen. So you're gonna have basics, you're gonna have some really nice fun colors. I'm just gonna really point out this particular color because, you know, she's pastel, she's very light, she's really pretty. 2 points right here of the buckle, so that gives you that nice great adjustability. And I always like to say it really contributes to this side wall. Like the little perforations, and no matter what kind of maybe you have a foot ailment or what have you, I think this is just a great style for any kind of foot. The material on this style here, and as I get to the next style, it's a faux nubuck. So it has that like nubuck finish, and for those of you who know, it kind of just has that like nice softness to her. So this is a style ranked number 5. Now, she's a little bit of a wedge right there. Like so much, I always say it's that little bit of that vintage peep toe ever so slightly. I like that it's a closed back. So here we have the example of a wedge coming in with that closed back 2-piece. The back has a little bit of the scallop on the back to give her that daintiness, that nice feminine look, and of course now you have stitching that really just accents the perforations and the cutouts. And her rank is number 5, and that's our Janina. Tried and true Dora Day. Let's get into a very classic slingback, but yet youthful. Youthful by giving her a platform right there in the front, and of course the heel. So when we do her, I just have to tell you, it's the flower. I mean, the flower just says it all right there in the center. So you can see it is dimensional. I mean, when it comes to our florals and our jewels, we are it. That's all I'm going to say. So this flower is just beautifully done. You can see the nice, again, again, basic colors, and then just bringing in the two little fashion colors, nice and lightweight, and of course all that great padding. And again, it's the polyurethane outsoles that really contribute to that. New on that outsole is this style, and her name is Addison. Classic slingback, but let's give her something in the front. Now, when we do this in the front, we want to give her something a little bit asymmetrical because it just cascades so beautifully on the foot. The flowers are, they're 3 layers. They're like 3D, and of course they have the little studs right in the middle just to make her something very nice and special. You will see right there, wow, the padding, there's not much for me to say. It just looks so perfectly done. And of course, you're going to give a little nice, color right there on that footbed. And there she is, Addison. I'm going to show you a picture, and that is our black. And again, for black, looks really pretty with those little gold accents right there of the flowers. Polyurethane. Making sure that we're walking great, that we're lightweight, and that we're stable. And here's that example. Want you to see that bottom. So she has that faux stacked look. We're going to bring, talked about high perceived value. Anytime we take that upper material and we stitch it and it's actually wrapping around on that outsole, look at it. It just gives it beauty, dimension, and it's just fantastic. So with this particular style, you're going to get that flower. I just bragged to you about the flowers. Has a little bit of the stones and of course the center. And look at, so we're going to give a really nice piece of hook and loop, and look at all that's built into that. That's a wow. So when we do our Patrizia, we build extra into it. Isn't that great to know? We're going to have 2 different materials, one out here, smooth here, a little texture, and that's to give her interest. So you can see that, look at that navy. Oh my gosh, she looks so beautifully done. And even in the white, I think she really looks very, very clean and crisp and spectacular. We're going to take that same look, that same exact outsole, and let's give her a little bit more razzle dazzle. And how we're doing that is we're going to give her 2 flowers, and it's right here, right on those, on the pieces where we have the hook and loop underneath, and then you can see that it's the stones. And I always say it's also, it comes down to the quality of the stones, the look of the stones, but also the design that we put the stones in. And as you can see, it has a little bit of a design to her. I'm going to shout out this color here because it's just a really nice, it's kind of a nice neutral, and you can see the palette again lined. Remember that everything here is lined. That's what really gives it, the body and a great feeling. Lolly ranked number 8. As we talk about outsoles, here is another really popular outsole. We have another new style on her. She continues super lightweight. Love that dimension, love the curviness, and check it out. I'm going to give a little look at that hook and loop closure, nice and sturdy, asymmetrical, and look at how we do that. I think it's just so clever. So this way you have one point here, but yet you're adjusting right across the foot. And we're going to give her some, of course, some really nice flowers. A blue, a really nice beige here, a camel, and a black. And that's our Lolly ranked number 8. Here's the new style on that particular outsole. Her name is Journey. Now, what we've done here is we want to give her, of course, something where, as much as I love flowers and jewels, we wanted to give her something non-floral, and here's what it is. So with this particular style, I just want to draw your attention to the comfort, because you're going to notice and say, there's no buckle, what are we doing here? Well, you're going to get in because there's elastic. We're putting elastic right on this top strap, 2 on the outside and the inside. The second strap, outside and inside. So these 2 straps, you're talking 4 pieces of elastic. That's great. And then right down the front, you're going to see, of course, a little texture in the material, its interest, and then the gold right here just is so tastefully done. So look at how, you could really dress her up. She looks terrific on Frances's foot. I'm really liking the beige in that particular one. Our next style is Chandra. New for the current season, we'll be continuing for 25, and here is a really nice height. So we're going to take her down a little bit. You know, I just have to say, I keep talking about the poly bottoms, but I really love the finish and the look of this particular one because it really just has this organic look, but yet she's not flat because you can see just that little scoop there in the back. Like the upper very much, just easy, but yet something special. Of course, it's the materials, and take notice of this particular embellishment. Really nicely done. And even here, I just want to point out before I move on that you have that arch there. So look at that. It's built in. You feel it. It cradles the foot. Next style is on that same type of outsole, but she's just a smidge higher, and her name is Woodrow. You can see here we're giving her a really nice look with the straps, and anytime we can do anything special, we're going to put these little, I call them like a little metal end here, making her curvy, making her look just a little finished. I think it's just the nice finishing touch. I'm going to just take the second so I can open it because I want you to see the inside, because that's where your foot is gonna live, it's gonna sit, it's gonna be right there in that footbed. And this is our style Woodrow. Really nice materials. I hope you can see the subtle points of those little bit of the metallics. Now we're going to start making our little segue into some more dressier styles. These are our California constructions. The California construction, without getting into a big long explanation, all you need to know is it brings you extra comfort, ultra comfort, and of course it has just a really nice, the customer will feel the comfort and they'll also see the clean lines that it really does exude. Now, as you can see here, this is it's a white with the stones that are silver, and then the black we're going to do with black stones. It gives it a very elegant look and feel, and she's just really nice and classy. She's really nice and comfortable, and dress her up and dress her down. That's the name of the game. Our next style, we're going to start off with, this is something new for 25. Really excited about this particular outsole. So you can see we're really making our way into this, into our dades is really what I want to say here. But you can see giving her a modern feel, and giving her a little illusion of that heel, but yet she's a flat. And then the upper, she has a little bit of stretch, but not too much because we need her to be holding the foot in. And you can see right there, we're going to just kind of stud her out with some of the jewelry. The black, of course, has the black stones, beautiful, elegant look. And then the blush, I'm going to highlight the blush because I think she just has a really pretty color there. So that's a really nice outsole, super duper comfortable. And the next style on that outsole, well, she's a little dressier. So what we want to do is we want to give her a little bit more of that, I call it like that python look. So it has the patent, so she's a little shiny. She has a really sweet bit there. Like just, you know, it's really on trend, just the way the upper is. It does hold the foot, not too much of that flip-flop effect. And then, of course, you have a really nice neutral there as well. So just imagine how nicely dress her up, dress her down, or even just to always look really nice and polished. So like bringing in that little bit of that metallic. And here we go with our Marzula. She was new for the current season. She will continue in 25. And here's the greatness. I'm going to point out the navy because I love the navies. It's the heel height. I mean, look at this. This is a really great heel height. Not too high. She's a little bit smidge shorter than, lower I should say, than our Dade. A nice little bit of that squared little toe there. But here comes the nice part. Look at that. Can you see it? It's elastic, it's stretch, it's great. Even the back strap has stretch. Now this center one, we're going to give her, you know, we are having her back because we have to hold the foot as I mentioned before, but we're going to give her a little bit of that shine as you can see. So that gives it the dressiness. And then of course you have that third strap right there. So she has a really nice, pretty, clean look. Next is the Yadel. So it's that same exact construction that I just described to you with that nice little lower height. And here, all we're gonna do is we're gonna give her asymmetrical and we're gonna jazz her up. We're gonna jazz her up with, of course, all the stones. So you can see there is our closure right here. And again, the black has the black stone. So we're really loving that, keeping her really nice and sophisticated. And then of course the gold and the silver. So a really nice addition to really dress her up as well. Now we're gonna getting closer and closer to the Dade. So here we go. This is the Dade construction. Her name is Shine. I hope you can see where we got her name from because she's really nice and shiny. So here's the really pretty part about her is that you're gonna see they the stones shape are they're square but they're placed so they look like a diamond shape. But here it goes all the way around the back. So not just here in the front, but look at this, all around the back. So it just gives her a really beautiful, elegant look. And then the other part is, I'm just gonna kind of show you around here, the material that is just covering here, the whole outsole, is also a texture. So it really picks up the metallic and the texture. And you can always, always count on the same exact Dade look, construction, and comfort, and that's what it's all about. I can't tell you, you know, we read so many reviews and that's something that's really important, and I will just tell you is that, you know, when we talk about the Dade, she is spectacular. So now I'm going to talk about the little strap extensions. Okay, so what we're doing with Dade that is new for this, I have a couple new news for you. So what we're doing with Dade for this, you know, for 25 coming up is a couple things. I told you we read reviews and we always are looking to perfect our product and to make improvements. So what we're doing is we're adding in some strap extensions. So what strap extensions mean is that we're going to have 2 additional pieces, and they will be adhered right here on the Velcro and on the Velcro. So think about it as just a little bit more of an extension here. It is the same material as the upper, so you won't even tell it's there. And what that's for is if we have a little bit of a fuller foot, maybe you have a little fuller foot up here, maybe you have it by the toes, this extensions will absolutely accommodate it. So that's a really great news, great improvement. Those will be included into each of these shoe boxes. Again, that's new for 25. Now, the other great news that we have here is we have some new colors. So this is our smooth. So the Dade Smooth, you're gonna have a new navy. There's your new navy, and then you're going to have a really nice beige. Now, the thing also just to take notice with our Dade Smooth, take notice of the natural color footbeds, right? So they're all that natural color. Now, when I get to the next style, we're gonna see that we're gonna jazz up the black a little bit. So that's really great, nice news about Dade. Our next style is Dade Woven. So how are we doing the woven? Well, it's a woven look of a material. So the material actually isn't a woven fabric. I don't want the name to throw you, but it's actually it's like an embossed look of the woven material. It's going to give you those really pretty highs and lows. It's going to see a little bit of the metallic in here. Here's your classic Dade, and of course she's really, I could tell you, you know, strong colors. Of course, she's always this beige, so kind of has that linen look. And then here's what I was talking about. So for the black with the Dade Woven, we will be doing a black footbed right here, bringing her elegance, kind of really bringing her up to a kicking her up a notch. And then you're also going to see that we did like a pewter color here for the buttons, and it just really looks so beautiful. And then I'm also gonna just as I have you here, I'm gonna show you the blue, because the blue also has that more of that like pewter color button, and the others have the gold. So there we go. Hooray, we're super duper excited about her. Next is a Simidade. So it's Dade that's asymmetrical. Love how we come up with our names. So as you can see, these colors right here, my black, my pewter, my red, black color footbeds, just like I described before, making her dressy. And then these other two colors, of course, are the naturals. So you can just see she is, you know, she's an assimidade. What do I say? Asymmetrical right there. And she's ranked number 7. So you can see how important this whole dade construction is for us. And I think she is wonderful. Here's the next style, something new. Let's stay on dade because that's what she's all about. We're going to give her a slide. Now, with this particular slide, we're going to give a little bit of that goring right inside there. It's a V cut, giving her that goring. And then the really cuteness, I think she's really feminine, is of course, I'm just going to talk about the gold ornamentation, that little bit of the bit. And then for those who want to just, you know, focus right here in the middle. It's reminiscent of our logo of the little Patrizia flower. So she just has a really pretty look. Look at how she looks on Frances. Really pretty and feminine. I love it. Now, the next style is, you ready for this? This is the fun one. So the next style here is Norma Jean. Oh my gosh, I hope you can see where we got the inspiration for this whole name. So jeans, I talked to you about denim being really on trend, something really sweet, and look at this. So you can see right here that it's not exactly a denim. It is a man-made material that has the look and feel of the texture of denim, but you can be assured that she has more body than just a textile piece of denim. I just wanted to clarify that. Here we go. We're going to give her one big closure. There you go. It's the sweetest bow ever. This color particularly is doing extremely well, and even accented with the stitching that looks like jeans. Gosh, how clever is that? Then we're going to just show you a beige right there, kind of reminiscent of the, you know, like the natural color jean. And then of course, just a really nice tan, and you can see the highs and lows. And I think that bow is ever so sweet. And that's our Norma Jean. Love it. Now, our next style here is our Nisa stretch. When we talk about stretch, and I always say this, is that we want to make sure that, I'm going to show you this color, is that she stretches where she needs to, but yet stationary where she needs to be. Meaning, we're going to make sure that this front strap here is backed, is stationary, holding those toes. And we want to come here now to give her the stretch she needs. She needs the stretch here. Doesn't need it on the front. So right here you have the stretch. It looks so nice on Liz. And then the other coolness is, look at the, I want to just bring your attention to this top strap. Here's the stretch. They are actually, I just call it like 3 separate pieces of the stretch, and it just gives the illusion of almost like, you know, something that's really cute and strappy. And then of course there is your buckle. So really nicely done, and you guessed it, dade construction. Black is all over black. Really nice, ranked number 9. We talk about tried and true, and here she is, and her name is Rolla. Giving her, you know, I talk about the poly bottoms. You heard me talk about it a lot with the wedges and all the greatness too, and the benefits of it. So this is a poly heel. So we have a really nice heel right here, and you can see just bringing her a texture, just a really classic style. Looks really nice up on the foot, and 2 pieces of the elastic, and that's our style Rolla. And of course, we're going to have our other tried and true, which is Idol. So that same nice poly bottom, a little bit of the platform, so keeping her nice and youthful. Nice little, you know, close back right there, and there is your hook and loop. So nice and easy. Now, talked about poly heels, and here comes something new, and this is the Lavina. I always like to say, I'm all about the navies today. Boy, I guess I'm in the navy mood, but I'm going to point out this navy to you because she is beautiful. So what you'll notice about this particular style is poly bottom. It is the color to match, so it gives it an all over, like a monochromatic look, but you can see the stones right here. The blue is just beautiful. Right here in the center is a little bit of patent. So number 1 is for the design because of that upper and the, you know, the design of the upper, but also kind of gives her a little something special there. So you can see the navy, you can tell it's my favorite, black with the black stones. You have the white with the silver, and then of course this beige, and you know, they all have that matching color poly bottom, and it just gives it a really clean, nice monochromatic look. Next style. You can see just a really nice upper here with the nice little bit of the fixed hot stones. It is the poly bottoms, really nice and lightweight. And when you get into that and you have the padding with that poly bottom for a heel, it is really nice and comfortable. We're going to bring in a taupe color because a taupe is also something that's really nice and neutral. So it is, just to describe it really quickly, it is a microfiber material with the hot fixed stones on it. So it really gives it a luxe, rich, nice look. And that's our Elara. Fashion. We talked about fashion is a part of what Patrizia is. So this is our fashion piece. We talked about, right, matchy match, and here she is. We're going to give her a quilted upper. It is not too puffy because we want to keep her, we don't, nobody wants puffy feet, but she's just perfectly done. You can see that she has a really nice platform right there, together with that little bit of that chunkier heel, a little bit more, I'm going to say, a wider base. And here's your basic colors. And to have something that's fashionable, to have padding and to look great and to be super lightweight, I think that's a win. Going to take that same exact construction and we're going to give her a back strap. So here we're going to take that whole little trend of I call it the little puffy, and we're going to give her 2 straps right here. And they just have that illusion again of that little strappiness. Look how cute she looks on Frances's foot. Like, again, I'm just going to highlight, it's just almost like this blue-gray look. And then you could be assured, here's your hook and loop closure, of course, with your little bit of that buckle. So really nicely done. Now, dressy. I told you we're making our segue into dressy. These are dressy flats. Now, these have beautiful larger jewels. So these truly are jewelry for your feet. Now, what we have here is different sizes of the stones. We have 3 colors. I like the black because it, the stones have that smoky look, which really add a really nice dimension to her. So really nicely done, very excited. And you can see she has a little bit of that heel right there. Now we're going to give another special heel to the next style. And, we're going for it. This is right here. She is metallic. So we're going to give her jewelry. Now the jewelry, I just want you to know they are in casings, they are set stones, so that's another great thing, giving it that great dimension. And then look at the heel. So the heel has a really nice, beautiful shape to her. You can see the gold, the mirrored look. So just really very beautifully done. Talk about beautifully done, we're going to talk about shamrock. So this is the next style. I'm talking to you about these settings of these stones. We only have her in one way because that's all you need. We just need her in this gold. Now look at the stones. They have this beautiful, if I shimmer them this way, you'll see more purples and greens. So it's almost like that borealis little iridescent effect. They're just beautifully done. Comes right up the top. You can see it on Liz's. You can see that it has that little bit of that closed back. And she is a beautiful piece of jewelry. The next style is Delamore. She will continue. She's the perfect height, a really nice heel. It's a block heel. When I talk about the closed back, I'm going to use the word encrusted because she is just encrusted all around with all these beautiful stones. The stones have an iridescence to them, and even when you get into a little bit of this toe area and the heel, it has that shimmered textured material to really elevate the style. Very beautifully done. Love the little crisscross. It's just in every lady's shoe to get dressed up. Now, the next style, we're talking about heels, we're talking about statements, and here she is. So this heel, I hope you can see, so she is a square. Within the square, you can see right here are bigger jewels. So take a look at her. She's just so elegant. You can also see, of course, all the beautiful stone and I'm going to call it like scroll work right there on that upper. And then, of course, giving her that chrome mirrored look right there on the toe. So really pretty. Her name is Knowles. Let's take a little bit nod to the martini heel, the little bit martini glass, and there she is. So that's your heel. And then the upper, we're taking lace. So it's a beautiful lace, and it has a little bit of the clear, and you're gonna put stones. Now the stones here are so thoughtfully placed. They are teardrops shape, and you can see that they're really carefully placed, because this whole piece, when I say lace, I mean, look at her. She has a gorgeous scallop top here and then a little plain in the toe. So she has such great beauty to her. And that is our Kaylee. Our next style, I'm just going to move along to the next, is something that is a nice block heel. So I bragged to you about the nice block heel, and she has a really pretty upper that just goes up across the top of the foot, but it has just a really nice design, doesn't it? We're going to give her something that is strappy looking. So we're going to do a little bit of a thinner strap here, and again, like the other style I showed you, we're going to take the stones and we're going to put the stones all the way around, even on that back strap, just to give her that finished look. So when she's coming and going, she really looks spectacular and nice and shiny. Talk about shiny, we're into flat. So we talked about heels and dressing, but flats are really in. Like this whole silhouette, it's right on trend, giving a little bit more of a pointy look, not just pointy, but a little bit more elongated, very, very trend right. So you can see just again, that really nice padding. And then when we're doing our flats, look at that. I say it every time, my goodness. We don't want a flat to be hard. We do want them to move. So we have a lot of flexibility right there in that outsole. And of course, we're gonna make sure that she has a little bit of that nice padding right around. Annual styles, right? Because we're going to occasions all the time. So these are annual styles. These are styles that are in our current fall catalog, and they will continue annually. So this is a style with a little bit of that kitten heel. Let's just bedazzle her all the way out. And the coolness is that right here on the back, well, she has a little bit of the larger stones. Again, giving dimension, giving interest. And you can see the great colorations there. Another style that's annual, and you know, these next few styles that are annual, they're really beautifully done. So Illumined, another new one in our current fall, bringing her into our spring of 25, and look at her. It's this piece right here. It's this piece of jewelry. So, you know, I wear my bracelets. I love them. But look at how beautiful she is with the ever so sweet little bit of that knot. Daintily placed right by the ankle. Look at Liz. It just looks so beautifully done. I do want to mention that right here on the back, it is a microfiber material, so it doesn't irritate the skin, especially if someone may be wearing hose. And you can see the black, of course, has the silver, and then this really pretty rose gold. Love, again, that little bit of the pointy toe shape. Another annual here. Now, what we've done is, I'm telling you these are annuals, I'm telling you they're in fall, but what you can expect for spring of 25 is right here, navy. Navy with the navy color stones is just absolutely, you know, it's stunning. I'm going to use that word because she just looks so beautiful. Here she has a really nice heel. She has a little sculpture to it. And then even here it has like that high shine that makes it look like enameled. So it just has that really beautiful, elegant look. Now with our closed, I kind of call it a pump, right? With the closed pump, we make sure that that heel clips really nicely clipped there on the back, and that we're going to give her a little padding because, you know, we want to make sure that she is comfortable right there at the back of the heel. Maybe she wants to dance the night away. Next, we're getting into some casuals. So now we're going to make our way to casuals. Her name is Wardell. A really cool, nice fashion spin on a classic boat shoe. So you're going to take those elements of a classic boat shoe. We're going to have this really nice outsole. She is white because after all, boating, you got to be white right there. And then you're going to see the contrast stitching and of course the little bit of the gold details. Really nice. And of course, wow, look at that. Flexible. So that's our Wardell. I have images of some colors that I just don't have samples of. And there's a camel. Really nice and traditional. Look at the toe. Look at the toe shape and angle. Absolutely love it. Our next style that we have here is we're all now into this whole, active bottom. So this bottom is a beige color accented right here on the welt with a little bit of a gold. And then you can see she has a very traditional moccasin toe. You can see a really nice piece of hardware, but wow, look at that padding right inside. So she is really nicely done. Like, again, nice neutral, and then you have the other two colors, really like that camel, really rich, again, with those gold details. Our next style here is something that is, again, really right on trend. So you're gonna see the toe shape a little bit more almond. She's a microfiber, so she has a really softness to her, and there it is. That's the element that really just stands out, not just a tassel, but these little bit of the ornamentations, and then you can see the nice outsole. The outsole has a little bit of a, you can see the curvation of her, so just a really classy looking style. Like this blue, like the denim. Check out the outsole color here. We did is gray. The others have this, a little bit more of that beige color outsole, but just, again, really nice and smart looking. A board is our next style. Now, she is, when I say lightweight, I mean she is super duper lightweight, a feather lightweight. So she has that nod to the boating style, and of course it's all that great flexibility. You can see that the insole right there. A lot of the insoles, we do use a lot of nice high quality foam material for all that great comfort. She has a little bit perforation. It's a microfiber, and she's just easy, light, easy, and breezy, and you can see the great colors. Now we're going to get into something that, again, is a little bit more trendy. So we look at this material. It's a really beautiful, like a raffia material. Gonna take that. We're even going to give her a little sweetness here on that buckle design. The outsole is just really kind of very cool. It's fresh, it's youthful, it's young. You can see that we're going to give her a little bit of that color around the welt. We have these in light colors because that's what it's all about. It's all these naturals. A nice little bit of a Mary Jane. And I hope you can see when we talk about all that arch support, there it is. Now the next style in this whole group, this little natural collection that we have in trend, is this style here. So it's more of that loafer look with a little bit of the lug, and then we're going to give a little bit of the bit. Now the bit, you can see they're painted, so this way it's more of that monochromatic look, but look at how beautiful, light and airy, and it just has that beautiful natural finish. So we're really excited about our decor. Staying within active styles and fashion, here's our next style, Diamante. This outsole is really cool because you can see the shape, the lines, the dimensions, but she has a little bit, I'm going to call her like little flakes in her. So she has a little bit of a cool look to her. She's metallic. The chain here actually is, again, another monochromatic. We're doing her in metallics and then, of course, the black. So when we get to that outsole, check it out, just that little bit of that bottom is the solid black, but look at the dimension, really nice and sporty looking with that little bit of that kick toe. So get out of your sneakers and get into the Diamante. Our next style, we're going to get into the next group, which is our stitch constructions. And the nice part here is that, number one, that they have removable, they all have a nice removable insole. So she's really nice. She's a thick removable insole. Not only that, but in this particular case, she has leather right here on the insole only. The material up here is a really nice soft, it's a faux, like a nubuck, and you can see the stitch construction, really nice, ultra comfortable. And again, just for that gal who wants to not show her toes. So that's our style, Riza. Our next style is a repeat, and her name is Surfy. So Surfy, and I didn't fuss with taking out the removable insole in the last one, but I will here. So this is the removable insole, so you can see it. Really nice dimension. Everything is right here, and you can see the great color. So we're going to give her a little bit of the perf, going to give her twin goring, making sure she's easy peasy, even a pull tab here. And I do have a PowerPoint. I want you to see the yellow, sunshiny yellow, really pretty done. I love how the stitching matches the upper. So she's a staple. She really does well. Now on that whole construction, we're going to get into something new for 25, and it's the Onar. And what we've done here is more of a palette of that whole desert dusties, giving it that really nice feeling. You're going to see a more of like this rusty orange color. I like how very much it's really about the pattern that brings out that floral design. So you have a back strap, of course, that removable insole I just had showed you. You have the back strap, excuse me, that has two elastics right here, one here and one inside, and that is really giving you great support. And not only that, and maybe I show you on the blue, I just want you to see that it is lined partially in here. So number one, it gives it structure, but number two, it's not lined in here, so this way it conforms to your foot and you can experience all that great comfort and soft material, and that's our style Onar. Angelita, number 10. So giving it just again that really cool look. We're going to continue with her. I always like to shout out, you have a navy and you have a gray. Like very much to see a gray here. And there's that cool platform chunky look, but yet still nice and feminine and youthful. And she's ranked number 10. So you can see how important that whole group is. We talked about these sneakers, these fashion sneakers, and here we go. These are in our fall catalog. This is Leontine. So her really cool piece is right here in these lace keepers, these eyelets, if you will. We're bringing in jewels, so these are bigger gems. Like so much, the black with the gold, it's so striking, and then even in the back, you're gonna have that little bit of the gold piece right there, all nice and padded. Even the tongue is nicely done. So like the silhouette here, and this is our Leontine. She is great. I see a comment there, selling well. That's terrific to hear. The next style is the Dara, again for fall, continuing her into spring of 25. The coolness here is regular laces, side zip. So you could just keep her laced. Maybe you just want to tuck in the laces, but in and out right there with that side zip. Nice padded here, and even under here, microfiber, keeping her nice and, cozy and fresh and comfy. Nice color palette right here, as you can see. Just a nice play on like a traditional sneaker. Now we want to have fun with sneakers. So let's get into some canvas, and what we have here is, check her out. So we are going all out with our florals. I told you we love our florals. The pink. So you have a very traditional sneaker, but yet check it out. So you have 3 flowers here. You can see them very clearly. On the white, you do have the white flowers with a little bit of the center. Just something fun, just something sweet, and her name is Fleur, so like the flower. And then of course we want to have a high top. So with our high top, this is our next style, Hastings, we're going to do something different. So when we do this floral, it has this like organza feeling, so really soft, really kind of a flowing, and then within is a little bit of the sequin. So think of the greatness. I heard comments that, hey, this would be great for a bride, or this would be great for weddings, even the previous style. Yeah, there's no set rules, so have fun with it. I'm going to show you the pink again, just really nice and soft right here. She has a little bit of the sequence right in the middle, and then the black and the white. So something that's really super fun. Our next style, Farlow. Told you we're like the metallics, really nice and neutral. Something that's more of a blue, something that's more of a little bit of a gold. There is that great outsole, so giving her a little bit more of that platform look. Giving her a platform with a penny loafer, but yet not so ordinary or traditional, and that's our Farlow. Our next style is on that same exact construction, so let's bring her something fun. Let's bring in some texture right there. I'm going to go in, I have this one sample, I'm going to hand it over to the model. As she's putting it on, I'm just going to describe her to you. So you can see there's the silver. And take notice of the toe. So the toe is a smooth material, while the I'm going to call it the sides, have that texture right there. And of course you can see that little bit of that exact exaggerated whip stitch around that little collar there. And there she is. Look how cute. Like it. Make a statement with the fashion sneakers. Okay, next style that's coming up is the Azuka. So she is a repeat here, and you can just see she comes in a really nice blue and then more of this beige. So right here, this is a printed material to give the illusion of the woven. And then the interest, of course, is just all in the back, and we always make sure we give padding right around that top collar. Next style is Ursa. Current for fall, continuing for spring, and I mean, look at the outsole, really beautifully done. I like when you have that gold rand. I'm just going to kind of show you because she goes right around. She has a really nice sporty look. Not only that, the cushioning, the feel is just beautiful. We talked about doing some side zips. Here it is. We're giving all that nice cushioning even around here. And of course the black is a little bit of the black, and you know, it's just, they're not hot fix stones, but it's a little bit of that shimmer right there into the nice material. And that's our style, Ursa. And here comes Liz. Our models are working so hard for you today. Here comes Liz, and look at how nice it looks. It just gives you, it's a dressy look, but yet fashionable. So talking about that, it leads me to the next style. This is the Delvina. So we're going to give her some really feminine touches, and the feminine touch is right here on the sides. So this is a mesh, little bit of this inlay. It is mesh, and it has daisies that are, they're embroidered in, and they have a little bit of a different, like, you know, some nice colorations in there. And then I'm just going to kind of show you the back because I want you to see the back. We put a little bit here of that gold trim, and then of course gold trim right up here. So she has a really pretty look as far as that wedge goes, and you can see a really pretty beige, and then of course the white. The white has more of the pink and the blue little daisies, and the beige goes more with like a little bit of the green and the oranges just to fit really nicely. And this next style, here we go, is number 100 Verone. So you can see here's that nice rand. This particular outsole just has that nice athletic look. I just love when that bottom sliver shows the color of the upper. So this is that fly knit upper. You can see how it just hugs so nice. You know, it feels like a sock. So it just feels so nice. I have a image of the navy because I want you to see it, and look at the navy. I think the navy, my goodness, she looks really super sporty, doesn't she? And nautical. Love that look. And you guessed it, I've got some removable insoles right here with nice foam and a little bit of that heel cup just to keep you in there and to give you some really nice added comfort. And then you can take notice of that toe box. And that is Patrizia for spring of 25. And here we go.